What up, guys? JP back at you once again, bringing you guys another DVD/Blu-ray/4K update. It's been a really long time since I've done one of these, and my collection is in complete disarray, and I need to get these updated so I could get them shelved. I've moved everything around. My original setup was DVDs, Blu-rays, and it was in alphabetical order. Now I've switched it to DVDs in alphabetical order, and then I have 4Ks in alphabetical order, and then the Blu-rays I have sorted out by company and then in alphabetical order. But now I did something even crazier and more psychotic, and I separated all of those in half by watched, not watched. So watched and not watched separated, meaning like stuff that I've opened and watched on one side and stuff that is still sealed or I haven't opened and watched on the other side. But not only that, they are also by company, then alphabetical order. So you got your Scream Factory, your Arrow, your Vinegar Syndrome, your Vestron, other weird companies, Kino, sealed, not watched, and then the same thing on the other side, but watched. So it's kind of fun to take one off of the unwatched pile, unwatched shelf, open it, watch it, and then when I put it back on the unwatched or the watched shelf. Jesus. Anyway, let's get into this update here so I can get this stuff on the unwatched shelf for the most part. But first up here, I actually got these for Christmas, I think, and I don't think I ever showed them off. And these are the Hanna-Barbera Diamond Collection. I have a few of them here. This is Magilla Gorilla, the complete series. I used to love these old 70s and 80s and 60s. I don't know why I said it 70, 80, 60 all out of order like that. But I used to love these old cartoons. I grew up on them. I remember one time I was like deathly ill with some sort of serious sickness. I forget what it was, but I was like in the hospital. It was just rough. I was a really little kid and stayed up with my grandfather sick real late and was watching all kind of old cartoons on Cartoon Network that eased the pain a little bit, you know what I mean? It eased the sickness a little bit. But Magilla Gorilla was one of them. The Huckleberry Hound Show Season 1 Volume 1. As far as I know, they never actually released a Season 1 Volume 2 or any other than this one here. And that sort of leads me to my next point here. They kind of stopped this Diamond Collection a little bit. I feel like I haven't seen a release from these in a while. But I really loved what they did when they first started out here. This one is Hong Kong Phooey, the complete series, which was a great one. You know, the theme song, everybody knows that. But the Diamond Collection was really cool. And I remember when Hanna-Barbera and Warner Brothers first started doing these releases, like way back in the day, they were like full box sets. They were black, and they were very expensive. Like one season was like $40 or $30 or whatever. And, you know, those went out of print and stuff. So I saw they were doing re-releases in this Diamond Collection format. Wacky Races, the complete series, one of the best old school Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Maybe up there with, you know, next to Scooby-Doo. Not as good as Scooby-Doo, but Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And Wacky Races, two of my favorites. But the Diamond Collection, these were like $11 and sometimes even cheaper. So I loved when they were putting these out and they stopped. And that sucks because there's so many, you know, Hanna-Barbera cartoons out there that I would love to pick up on DVD. But yeah, I got these ones from Carly for Christmas, so that's really cool. Big fan of... I don't buy a lot of non-horror stuff, but when I do, it's usually like TV shows most of the time. And next up here, or what I'm about to show next, which is Disney stuff. So we have Mickey Mouse and Mickey and Minnie Volume 1, 10 classic shorts. I gotta say, like, I loved Looney Tunes growing up, but I don't think I ever really watched the Disney, like Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse, Goofy, those shorts. I never really watched those growing up, you know, here and there. But so I'm curious about this one here. It's always fun to watch cartoons from way before I was born. Then we have a Bug's Life. This is like this is one of the first Pixar films, I think. I can't remember. But yeah, A Bug's Life. I always liked this one. I remember when it came out on VHS, I owned it, and it's a fun one. I haven't watched this in probably 20 years or something like that. But maybe not. When did this even come out? Probably hasn't been 20 years. But yeah, I don't know when this came out. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now. Bug's Life. Then we have The Black Cauldron, which is a Disney Blu-ray exclusive for I guess the movie club thing. Never seen this one actually, but I've heard good things. And then this one is an absolute classic, must watch. If you've never seen it, it is The Sandlot, which is just such a great summer movie, coming of age, like kids movie thing that I absolutely loved, you know what I mean? It was so cool. Everybody loves The Sandlot, it's a classic. This one I haven't seen in forever, and that is Jungle to Jungle with Tim Allen. This was always a fun one. I remember watching this a bunch when I was a kid with my cousin, and, it was pretty fun. Basically, Tim Allen finds out he has a son. His wife is like some sort of, environmentalist or something like that. She lives with some tribe, and she had this kid, grew up in the tribe, but now he needs to meet his father, Tim Allen, but this kid's like, it's a fish out of water story, And jungle, meaning the actual jungle, to jungle, meaning the concrete jungle. Sure, I didn't have to explain that. Then we have Lady and the Tramp. I've never actually seen this before, but it's a classic Disney animated film, so I'm sure it's alright. And then we have one that's probably not as good, and that is Lady and the Tramp 2, Scamp's Adventure. I think this was one of the direct-to-video Disney sequels that were coming out back when I was growing up. Here was another one. This one I actually found at Big Lots, and that is Josie and the Pussycats, the complete series. And this one was fun. I liked Josie and the Pussycats when I was a kid. Haven't seen that in a very long time, though. And then we have the Addams Family complete series, I think. Yeah, the complete series. I actually like the Addams Family more than the Munsters, even though most people like the Munsters more. But I had never actually watched the Munsters, really, so I've only seen one of the movies, Munsters Go Home, I think. But Addams Family I've always liked a little bit more than the Munsters. But I'd never really seen the Munsters TV show, so I don't know how much that's worth. But yeah, Addams Family on DVD. I think that was like $15 at Walmart or something. And this was during, I think, the Amazon Prime Day or something like that. It was the only thing I ended up buying. But I thought it was a pretty good deal. It was $28 or something. That is the complete series of That 70s Show on Blu-ray, which is pretty cool that it's on Blu-ray. You got season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That 70s Show is such a classic show. I absolutely love it. One of my favorite shows ever, actually. And I hated it when it was on TV. My buddy watched it, and I just didn't like it. And then one day they were showing holiday episodes on TV, and it was Thanksgiving or something. And me and my cousin ended up watching a bunch of episodes, and then we ended up watching the whole damn series. So that's it's always been a favorite of mine, and I look forward to revisiting it. This one was $10 at Walmart. I remember watching this from on the Disney Channel when I was growing up, and that is Adventures of the Gummy Bears. It's crazy they made a Gummy Bears TV show, but yeah, I barely remember it, but I thought it would be fun to revisit. Okay, and then let's go ahead and get into some other stuff here. What do we got? I got stuff everywhere. Let's go with some of, I don't know, these titles, I guess. First up, we have an Arrow title. We have The Invisible Man Appears, and this has, I think, a double feature of Invisible Man films. The Invisible Man Appears and The Invisible Man versus The Fly. I'm not sure where. Are these Japanese? Oh, these are Japanese films. I did not know that. I was like, are these like the Hammer films that of the like Hammer did their versions of the Universal monsters? But no, this is a Japanese film. That's interesting. This was like $10, so I was like, yeah, I gotta grab this. And then I finally grabbed a copy of. I missed the like cooler edition, but I just really wanted this title forever. And that is Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. I've never seen this movie, but I just love movies that are set in malls, so I had to pick it up. Joe Bob showed this on, I think, a Valentine's Day special on the last drive-in, and I started watching some of it there, so I'll probably end up watching it there before I crack the disc here, the case. But after that, we have Ghost Watch, which, man, this is a hefty release, dude. This is who put this out? 101 Films. I own this and the last broadcast from them. Both awesome, found footage style films. Ghost Watch has such a cool history. It basically was broadcast on like Halloween night in the UK. And it's set like it's a real news broadcast, and it actually has the people who normally would do the news broadcasts and stuff like that in the film, so it like freaked people out, and it was like a War of the Worlds type situation. If you've never seen this film, it's a very underseen film, but it's really cool, and I'm finally glad that it has like wide distribution, because I don't even think it had a DVD before this version here. Anyway, let's move on. Next we have The Brood, Criterion. I don't pick up a lot of Criterions, really, but there are like a handful of titles that I still need. This was one of them. There's more than a handful of titles that I still need. Some of the other Cronenberg stuff I still need as well, like Scanners, and I think there's one other one that I don't have from Criterion. But The Brood, it's a pretty damn good Cronenberg film. One of his best, probably. Absolutely love it. Great 70s horror. Okay, what do we have next here? Okay, let's go through some of these. First up here, Vestron, we have Silent Night, Deadly Night collection. This was one of my favorite releases of this past year, because I've been waiting on these films to get on Blu-ray forever. Definitely going to be watching these next December, next winter, basically. Because, probably December, honestly. I usually don't start watching Christmas till December, but Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, the Better Watch Out subtitle, Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, The Initiation, and Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, The Toymaker. Such a weird franchise. Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, I recently rewatched, and it's still bad. Maybe not as bad as I initially thought when I first seen it, but it's still pretty bad. Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, The Initiation, that one's fun. I haven't watched that in a very long time. Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, The Toymaker, probably my favorite outside the first two. But yeah, cool collection, man. Love Vestron. I knew they were gonna. I was hoping they were gonna put these out one day, and they finally did. So, very excited about that. Another two titles that I was actually had on my Vestron wish list forever, and that is The Dentist collection. We got Dentist 1 and 2. Amazing movies. I love Brian Usna, the director, and Corbin Burnson is nuts. The first one I absolutely love. I think it's a very underrated sort of psychological slasher film. And The Dentist 2 I had seen before, and I think I remember it being like better than I expected, but it has been so long since I've seen it. I really want to check these out again soon. And then finally, the last Vestron here. I actually haven't ever seen this film, and it is My Best Friend is a Vampire. It is the 30th title from Vestron. This one came a little bit dinged up, which is always annoying. But yeah, My Best Friend's a Vampire. My Best Friend is a Vampire. Jesus. But yeah, pretty cool. I've never seen it before. But that's what's fun about Vestron. It sort of recaptures the video store era, where you might watch something that you haven't seen before. Okay, next up here, got a couple more Disney things. We have Frozen, which I've never seen. 4K. This was free, with just basically Disney points, and you can redeem them. And really wasn't much options, but I went with Frozen. And then we got Black Panther, which I've never seen, on 4K here, and Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which I've never seen. Not a huge superhero fan, but when that last Spider-Man movie came out, I absolutely loved it, and it made me like really want to check out some like superhero stuff. So I started going back through all like the Marvel films, and I probably watched like, I don't know, like 10 to like 14 of them. And they get you get burnt out on them very fast, but I had fun, and I didn't see those Black Panther ones, so got those. And then the truth is, I actually forgot to decline my Disney Movie Club thing, and they sent me those, so whatever, I'll still watch them. But anyway, more 4Ks here. We have Reservoir Dogs, my Quentin Tarantino's very first feature film, and my personal favorite Quentin Tarantino feature film, because I absolutely love it. It's such a cool movie, This bank heist, you never actually see the bank heist, but you don't really need to. It was like such a game changer for cinema too, at the time. Like this heavy dialogue film, like there was a lot of stuff coming out at the time like this, but this is definitely one of the most important. Such a good cast: Harvey Keitel, Tim Roth, Chris Penn, Steve Buscemi, Lawrence Tierney, Michael Madsen. I mean, damn, that's a good cast. And just love this film from top to bottom, dude. I could watch it over and over again. I never get sick of Reservoir Dogs. After that, we have Scream 5, aka Scream. And I got this on 4K here. This did make my top 10 horror films last year. Finally picked up the 4K. I still need to get Scream 6 on 4K. Wait, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Scream 6 on 4K. But I'm looking for... They just announced a Scream 7, so I'm looking forward to that. I really like this movie. I know that people... It's Scream. Look, and I know people are sick of the idea of Scream a little bit. At least the people that don't like this. But when I go to see a Scream movie, I kind of want to see a Scream movie. So I get why they're not like deviating from the formula. After that, my all-time favorite horror film has hit 4K, and that is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is the Steelbook here. I did watch this when the first day I got it. Absolutely love TCM, obviously, my favorite horror film ever. And yeah, the 4K, I remember it looking pretty good. It is a Steelbook, which I'm not a huge fan of, but, I'll take it. Next up here, we have I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I watched this one on 4K here back in July, because, 4th of July. And yeah, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Look, I get it. People don't like the 90s slasher films, but they have such a soft spot in my heart. I love them. And in fact, the more time that goes on, the more I love this movie. Like when I seen it when it first came out when I was a kid, I thought it was like the best. And then like as I got into Dawn, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of bad in places. Like I get it why people don't like it. But then now I don't even care about all that, because I just love the 90s vibes of the films that came out. The further we get from that era, the more it sort of becomes an era where it's more obvious as time goes on, and things change, that was a different type of vibe and feel. So that is I Know What You Did Last Summer. Okay, got a couple DVDs. I think I only got a couple this time. First up, we have from Cinephobia Releasing. This kind of looks like, I don't know if the company who used to do Artsploitation relaunched, because this looks exactly like their releases. I know they sold their company to Kino, I believe, but maybe the guy who did it actually started a new one. It has number 2 on the spine from Argentina, but I don't have the first one, so I don't even know what this movie is. It's Armor Bandito, an erotic thriller. But yeah, anyway, that's one. And then I found this at Big Lots, Tartan Video Bad Blood. This is a probably Japanese film, maybe. Does it say? Portugal. It is Portugal. So I was way off. Anyway, I've never seen this one. Tartan Video back in the day, they put out a lot of cool stuff. I guess it would have been Tartan Asian Extreme if it was an Asian film. I'm an idiot. Anyway, moving on, we got some other. Here's a DVD here. This one is Screaming Skull. I don't know where the hell I got this. I think I might have got. Oh, I think I got this at Big Lots. So it just has. It's a DVD with some horror films. What do we got here? Screaming Skull, Mad Monster, The Vampire Bat, The Monster Maker, Tormented, Scared to Death, Adam Age Vampire, and Dead Man Walk. I don't think I might own like 1 or 2 of those, but it was like $1.25, and I was like, you know what? The Screaming Skull, I've seen that before. It's it's a weird one. It's bad, but I haven't seen it in forever. I think I watched it on YouTube when I first started like watching YouTube in parts where it was like in 10-minute increments. Each video was 10 minutes, but I remember the movie being pretty bad. But yeah, that is the Screaming Skull collection. After that, we have The Boy, and this is, I don't know, a movie. You know what? You know what's funny about this? I saw The Boy 2, but I've never seen The Boy. That's why I grabbed this, because I went to the theater and saw The Boy 2, and I was like, man, I have no idea what happened in The Boy 1, but I feel like I need to see it eventually. So that's why I grabbed The Boy here. We're already like 23 minutes in. I gotta speed this up, bro. Okay, we got Hardcore Henry. I remember this movie being like a first-person shooter, like it was marketed as, and I thought that was kind of cool, so figured, hey, why not give it a shot. $1.25 at Dollar Tree. Next up, we have The Nun, and I own a handful of the Conjuring universe films, but I couldn't remember if I owned The Nun, and this was $1.25 at Dollar Tree. So I was like, you know what? If I already own it, I'll just give it to somebody else, because there are a few of the Conjuring films that I don't own yet. But I think I own The Nun. I still haven't looked, but I guess I'll find out after this update. But yeah, The Nun, pretty good movie, honestly. I know a lot of people didn't like this one as well, but I thought The Nun was really cool. And I like most of the Conjuring films. Like La Llorona, I thought was not good, and The Conjuring 3, I actually thought was like hugely disappointing. I didn't think that one was very good either. But yeah. After that, we have the movie Baxter, which is I think a Kino release. Yeah, Kino Scorpion. This is a title that I picked up because we were supposed to do a killer dog movie on trilogy on 22 Shots, and just never got around to it. But a pretty cool bull terrier horror movie. We still might do that episode, so gonna hold off on this title for now. And then we actually had another episode planned, which was Killer Cats, and we went with the film Blood Beast, which is here in the double pack from VCI. Bloody 70s horror double feature with Mary, Mary, Bloody Mary, and Blood Feast. Yeah, Blood Feast. But the I hear the Blood Feast one, which is also known as like something cat. I forget. Night of a Thousand Cats or something like that. But I hear this version on here is like the cut version, so it's kind of a pointless buy almost. I don't know. So, because I'll probably watch the uncut version. After that, we have Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. and this is probably one of my favorite Troma films ever. It's just so much fun. I'm about to watch this after this video because it's been a long time since I've seen this, and I always had a lot of fun with this one. So, been meaning to pick that up forever and just never got around to it. After that, we have a couple of titles that I picked up at Grossfest, which is a local, like, Pittsburgh independent community horror convention, and there is a filmmaker by the name of Steve Rudzinski, who I talked to for a bit, and I bought a couple of his movies. Shingles, the movie, which Carly actually has a very, very small role in this one, and I, gotta support the homie, so I did pick this one up. Curious to check it out. I think it's like a zombie movie filmed here in Pittsburgh area, so that's pretty cool. After that, we have the film that got him a Fangoria Horror Award. I forget, what is Fangoria's like horror award show called, but Fangoria Chainsaw Award for Best Amityville Film, and that is Amityville Christmas Vacation. And I hear this one actually is pretty decent, like for no budget independent film. So yeah, check that one out at some point. And then the first film in a trilogy of films, I only picked up the first one, and that is Karis Hell, which is a really fun title. But yeah, another indie film here. I'm not like a huge like independent no budget film fan, but I have been getting a little bit more into them lately due to having some friends who actually make them, like Bathtub Shark Attack, which I should have a copy of that coming soon. Anyway, next up we have a title Dave Parker gave me from Real Gore Releasing, which I don't even think exists anymore. It was a subsidiary of Cult Epics, and that is Maniac Driver, which I've never seen. But gotta love that red case, huh? After that, on 22 Shots, we're gonna do a not Peter Jackson. We already did Peter Jackson. Tim Burton, Tim Burton episode. So I picked up Mars Attacks. I haven't seen this movie in, I don't know, like 8 or so years. I remember watching it when we covered the 1996 year. And yeah, it's a pretty fun movie. It has a lot of cameos in it, but I'm curious to see if it holds up. Then we have a Warner Archive Alfred Hitchcock collection here. We have The Wrong Man, Suspicion, I Confess, and Dow M for Murder. I watched Suspicion for our top 10 of 1941, I believe it was, which is not really a horror film. But, you know, you got Hitchcock, there's always a lot of, suspense and stuff that sort of goes into the horror genre a little bit, crosses lines, it's kind of on the other side of the fence. So yeah, I've actually only seen Suspicion, but Dow M for Murder is one I've always wanted to see. My Hitchcock knowledge is a little lacking, if I'm being honest. It's kind of a big blind spot for me. Then another killer dog film. This one is... I did get a Scream Factory. I lied. I did get a Scream Factory. It is Man's Best Friend, which is another killer dog film. One that we might cover on a future 22 Shots episode when we return. And then we have Unsane here for $3 at Big Lots. This was a really good movie. I saw it in a theater the year it came out, 2016, 17, 18, somewhere around there, 2018. And it was really good. It was, that was a tough year to crack a top 10 list, but it was somewhere in, top 25 probably. It was pretty good. And then we have another Warner Archive here, and that is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. This is I believe the 1941 version. Yes, this made my top 10 of 1941. If you're curious about what the rest of the list is, we did a 22 Shots episode on our top 10 films of 1941, horror films that is. And Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde made my list. Okay, and with that said, let's go ahead and get into a couple of Severin films here. And I got this package such a long time ago. These are the ones that I wasn't sure if I showed off, but I don't think I did. We have The Devil's Game, which is was this like a mini series or something? I think something like that. Yeah, a mini series. One of Mario Bava's final film from Mario Bava on here. So The Devil's Game from Italy. Then we have this one, which this movie's, I don't remember it being very good, but pretty cool title and cover. That is Invasion of the Blood Farmers. I remember watching this for like 1972. But I did watch it on a very crappy transfer, so that always factors in. One of the few Dario Argento films that I don't own, and that is The 5 Days. It's not a horror film, but yeah, they put this out on 4K. So, always, Argento is probably the director who has been treated the best when it comes to HD releases. I mean, all of his, like, so many of his films have been released on 4K. It's pretty amazing. And speaking of Argento 4K, we have Four Flies on Grey Velvet, which was in desperate need of a release. This is a title that there was a DVD years ago. I own it. Forget who put that out. I can't remember. But it was a company that I don't think is around much anymore. But yeah, Four Flies on Grey Velvet from Severin. These things cost like an arm and a damn leg. Like, that is my one beef with Severin, is they are insanely expensive. But I had to grab this one for my Argento 4K collection. Good old Argento, one of my favorite directors. After that, we have Escape from a Woman's Prison. Never seen this one, but, you know, if Severin put it out, it's probably fun. And then we have Drive-In Massacre, which I have seen before on a very crappy transfer. This is a HD transfer, so hopefully it looks a little better. But yeah, this movie's pretty fun. I think it's set at a drive-in, if my memory is not failing me. After that, we have Dark Glasses, the newest film from Dario Argento, which was released last year. Pretty incredible. My man is still making movies, and I heard he's working on another movie in the near future. And to be honest, this was the best Argento film in a long time, very long time. It showed me at least that it wasn't a him just losing it thing. It probably had more to do with outside factors like budgets and production companies and stuff like that. Because this was more reminiscent of his older work. It's nowhere near like Suspiria or like that run of films, but it's pretty solid giallo flick. So Dark Glasses. I was very impressed with what Mr. Argento did. My boy Dario. Pretty cool, man. Alright, let's move on to some Terror Vision releases. First up here we have Santa Claus from John Russo of Night of the Living Dead fame. Man, you know what? I think did this film come out in 96, I think? Yeah, 96. I think I watched this for 1996 when we did our top 10 horror films. This film did not make my top 10 horror films. I remember it being quite bad, but it's been a very long time since I've seen it, so willing to give it another shot. Terror Vision is just crazy with their releases. After that, we have the 8th release by them, and that is Attack of the Killer Refrigerator, which I think is also a short film. And then I think it has like two other, the Hook of Woodland Heights short film on there as well. I thought this was this other film called Killer Refrigerator from 1991, which is absolutely atrocious, but it is not that film. Curious about this one. It looks ridiculous. Kind of weird. I'm not a big like short film guy, but you know, I pretty much get all the Terror Vision releases right now because I did subscribe to their video club, where basically you pay some money up front and then you just get their next releases without having to order them, and you know, you get a little bit of a discount too, so it's pretty cool. After that, we have Copperhead. the Snake movie. And yeah, this movie, I watched it. It's not good, man. This is a rough one. It's like a shot-on-video flick, I think. Is it shot-on-video? I can't remember now. But there's a lot of real snakes in it, I'll tell you that. A lot of real copperheads, too. But yeah, it's it's a weird one. I don't remember it being very good. But after that, we have an actual good one from TerrorVision, and that is End of Line. So this film is really cool. It's a subway horror film. I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember it being pretty good. That's the fun thing with TerrorVision, though. They really, and Vinegar Syndrome as well, they really capture that video store era where you don't really know what you're getting. You know, you're getting movies in the mail, and you're just taking a chance on them, and that's fun to me. After that, we have Linnea Quigley's Horror Workout. I haven't seen this one, but I know that it's had another release, I think, and yeah, I remember people saying that it's not very good, but it's kind of fun gimmick thing. After that, we have another TerrorVision. This movie is good. It is Get My Gun, which I believe I have seen, and it's I believe it's a rape revenge film, but it's pretty independent, but pretty good as well. After that, we have Captives from TerrorVision, which this one might be another shot-on-video, John. Yeah, it's a shot-on-video. Never seen this one. After that, we have one that I have seen, and that is Cube, which is a pretty cool movie. It is the remake of the American Cube, so Japan remade Cube, which is interesting because usually it's the other way around. And this movie's hella old now, so kind of a weird one to remake, but I thought it was fun. It's not my favorite Cube film. It's not my least favorite Cube film. This is the fourth Cube film. The first one is still the best. Then I would probably say Cube 0, then this one, and then Hypercube, which sucks. But this wasn't bad, at least. After that, we have another shot-on-video film, and that is Cannibal Campout, which is one that I don't think I've actually seen this one. I do enjoy some shot-on-video films, though. After that, we have Some Guy Who Kills People, which I may have seen, but I can't really remember. Came out in the year 2011, indie title. Curious on that one. It looks familiar, but I don't think I've seen it. And then we have Shrigala, which is apparently sort of a Friday the 13th Part 2 ripoff or something. And it is, I think it's an Indonesian film. But yeah, apparently it's a Friday, or is it a Friday the 13th Part 1 ripoff, or 1 and 2, or whatever. But curious to check this out, because that's I mean, it really looks like Friday the 13th-ish, so curious to see that one. And then we have my final TerrorVision release for now. I've got a couple more coming. We have the 2021 film Welcome to Hell. Welcome to Hell. Yeah, I don't know what the other part is. But yeah, I don't know what this is, but I'll check it out. Alright, after that, let's get into some, I guess, some Vinegar Syndrome, shall we? Shall we get into some Vin-Syn? Okay, so first up here, we have some back titles that I didn't own. We got Luther the Geek. This is a Trauma title. I didn't really care for it. I've seen it before. But it was also a very, very, very crappy transfer on like Amazon Prime. So transfers do wonders for sort of re-evaluating films. After that, we have Extra, which I think I have seen before, but I don't really remember it. Oh, this is Extra 3. I have not seen this. See, the 3's over there in the corner, in the middle of the circle. Not circle, O. In the middle of the O. But yeah. Extra 3. Didn't even realize there were 3, but haven't seen 2. After that, we have Shallow Grave. Looks like a cool one. Then we have Nightmare Sisters, starring Linnea Quigley, I believe. Isn't she in this one? Yep, Linnea Quigley, Brink Stevens, and Michelle Bauer. Nightmare Sisters, never seen it, excuse me. Then we have Incubus, which I have seen. This is a pretty cool flick. I forget what it's about, but I remember liking it. I've seen way too many movies at this point. I can't remember anything. And my memory is just dog crap. It really is. After that, we have Mausoleum, which I think I've seen before, but I don't really remember. But if it's set in a mausoleum, I'm down because I love mausoleums. Big Phantasm fan. After that, we have Party Line. This one was from 1988. Not sure what it's about, but picked that one up. After that, we have Spookies, which I have seen. This one is something else. It's an anthology. Kind of has, I think it has an interesting history behind the film. So if there is special features, which there are, I'm sure that that's a really cool aspect of it. If they talk about how the backstory, I forget what the backstory is, but I remember being interesting. Then we have Evil Laugh, which I don't know much about this one. I feel like this might be an Italian film, but I'm not sure. No, I guess it's not. I don't know. Slasher? After that, we have Burning Paradise, which looks to be maybe a martial arts film. I haven't seen a lot of martial arts stuff, but when I do watch them, I do enjoy them a lot. Then we have a 4K here of Freeway. So that is... here this movie's pretty good. It looks really cool. I've never seen it. Is this... who directed this bad boy? I can't remember. But, yeah, this is a pretty cool release. I want to check this flick out. Okay, so let's move these, and then let's go with this one. We got a box set here. We have Homegrown Horrors Volume 2 with Hanging Heart, Moonstalker, and Dead Girls. Pretty cool release. I love Vinegar Syndrome's box sets. I think they're really awesome. So you got Hanging Heart, you got Dead Girls, and you got Moonstalker, which I know is a slasher film. The first Homegrown Horrors box set, I did watch all the flicks in there, and they were really cool. So, happy to see them continue the tradition and do another Homegrown Horror box set. You got your regional stuff, which is pretty cool. I'm reading a book on regional horror right now, so pretty interesting. After that, we have the first of the new line, VSL, and that is Vinegar Syndrome Labs, is it? I think. Not sure the idea behind it, but we have Kuruko Beast of the Amazon, which seems to be like a giant monster movie from the 50s or something. Or, yeah, from the 50s. So, yeah, pretty cool. Big fan of those films. After that, we have a film titled, another VSL, we have Flesh and Fantasy, which is, I think, did they say this was an anthology film? Might be, I don't know. But another Vinegar Syndrome Labs release, and then it seems like they're going with old, like very older films for these VSLs. We have The Cat Creeps, which is, I believe, from the 40s. Yeah, we got the 40s here with The Cat Creeps. And then this one, which is a little different from the first three VSLs, we have the Piotr Zulkin's Apocalypse Terraology, which I guess means 4 or 5. Is it 5? 5 films. Yeah, there's a handful of films from this director. One of them is titled Golem, and I actually recently watched that on YouTube. It was very interesting. Definitely had that apocalypse vibe. But yeah, pretty cool, like artsy type stuff there, maybe. After that, we have Massage Parlor Murders. And yeah, this is titled, it's an upgrade for me actually. This is one of the old Vinegar Syndrome titles that they upgraded to 4K. I don't think I've ever actually opened the Blu-ray of Massage Parlor Murders. So yeah. After that, we have a VSU, which I'm really not digging what they're doing with the VSUs. We have Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse. these are like the coolest editions out there. They're really awesome. They have a magnet. They have like a book, and they're just really neat releases. But I don't like the titles they're picking. Like, I don't really care about Roadhouse that much, but I wanted the VSU. The first one was Beastmaster, which was a great like cult title. You know, played on HBO all the time. Maybe that's the theme. I'm sure Roadhouse played on HBO all the time too. And then yeah, the last this one, and then I think the other one. What was the other one? Was it a It was like a Chuck Norris film, I think. So yeah, I wish it was a little bit more like cult, like you know, cult or horror type stuff. Not as popular stuff as Roadhouse, but anyway, I digress. Let's move on. We have Santano. Oh wait, we have Santano versus Doctor Death. This is a VSA title. All these damn Vinegar Syndrome sublabels are confusing. Then we have Sworn to Justice, which is another VSA title. I really like the VSA line. There's a lot of surprising... There's a lot of films that I wouldn't be like looking to watch. So it's kind of introducing me to some different cinema. We have Undeclared War, which looks like maybe a... What is this one? What's the country? So yeah, it's a Chinese, so that's pretty cool. Chinese, maybe some like mob type stuff or something. I don't know. Then we have Ted Bundy, which I have seen before. This one's pretty cool. It's basically it came out in 2002, and it's basically the story of Ted Bundy, who is not a very nice guy. Then we have Dog Tags, which is like a Vietnam War flick. I did start watching this and I got distracted or something, so I need to pop that one back in. Then we have Ninja in the Claws of the CIA. This one looks kind of nuts. Maybe another martial arts flick. This one I have seen. It's crazy that this is on Blu-ray. We have Boggy Creek 2, The Legend Continues. This is this one actually directed? Yeah, this one is directed by Charles B. Pierce, who of course directed the first Legend of Boggy Creek as well as The Town That Dreaded Sundown. I don't remember a ton about this one, but I remember it being alright. And then last up for the VSAs, I believe we have The Demon Rat, which sounds really cool. But I actually heard that this one wasn't very good. So the title's awesome. Okay, after that we have a partner label. This is American Genre Film Archive, and that is Attack of the Beast Creatures. This one looks really cool. It looks like a Zuni fetish doll movie. So yeah, that is Attack of the Beast Creature. And then we have another partner label release. This is crazy because I own... This is the first of the releases under Vinegar Syndrome, but I own a bunch of this company's releases, and that is Umbrella Entertainment's Undead. Umbrella Entertainment is a company out of Australia, and they put out so much cool stuff, and I used to get screeners from them to review on 22 Shots and His and Hers horror podcast. And man, I loved getting those. They were really cool. They sort of slowed down shipping out into the US, so not on that list anymore, but they actually partnered with Vinegar Syndrome to do some releases. So Undead was their first release, and their second release is a film titled Nightmares, which I've never seen. I thought it was I think, isn't there like an anthology film called Nightmares as well? That's not this, is it? I don't think so. But yeah, this one came out in 1980. I should probably watch this one for the 1980 top 10 that we're eventually going to do. But I think there might have been a couple others that came out from Umbrella on Vinegar Syndrome, but I don't own those ones. After that, we have a film. This is a pretty good flick. It is 2001's Trouble Every Day. This is a partner label from the Film Desk. I think this is their first release. Yeah. So the Film Desk. I love French extreme films. This one was one of the early ones. It's a good movie. If you've never seen it, check it out. And then we have another partner label. I'm not sure who the hell this one is. But It is Irreversible, and I love Gaspar Noé. He is the director behind Climax, Enter the Void, Lux Eterna, not Trouble Every Day. What's the other film? I Stand Alone, is it? I forget. I think it's I Stand Alone. It was like his first film. But yeah, this actually has the original cut and the straight cut, which puts it all in order. I'm super curious on the straight cut. But I don't know if I'm going to be... it's going to take me a lot to be able to watch Irreversible again. I've only seen it once. It was a very good movie, but it's intense. It's tough. It's hard to watch. If you've never seen it, be wary. Then we have another French film. This one is from another partner label, and that is Yellow Val Pictures. And that is Calvary. But yeah, I've seen this one a handful of times. Great film. It is twisted. It's messed up. Set on Christmas, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it's a nasty little French bugger. After that, let's go ahead and get into some more Vinegar Syndrome here. We have Resurrected. I think this was during one of their... I think this was like $10 during one of their sales. $19.99. I've never seen it. And then we have Mexican Gothic, the films of Carlos Enrique Taboada. And I believe this is 3 or 4 films, 3 films from, I think, Spain or something like that. But yeah, never seen them. Oh, I'm stupid. They're from Mexico. It literally says Mexican Gothic. I'm an idiot. And I literally just read it. I'm so stupid, bro. I'm getting tired. Okay, after that we have The Iceman Cometh, which I've never seen. Then we have Invisible Maniac on 4K. I have seen this film, but again, it was like a muddy transfer on Amazon Prime, and I don't really remember it. So on 4K, I'm sure it's going to look a lot better than what I watched it on. Then we have From Beyond, 4K. Probably one of my favorite Stuart Gordon films. I like it more than Reanimator, even though Reanimator is good too. From Beyond is awesome. Ken Foree, Barbara Crampton, Jeffrey Combs. Just a good cast there. Can't go wrong with that cast. I did watch this on 4K. Looks great. Then we have The Infernal Rapist, which... is this a Hong Kong film as well? Mexican. It's a Mexican film. I'm just very bad with everything tonight. Then we have Frostbiter, The Wrath of the Wendigo. I believe a Wendigo film. This looks... Damn, this looks cool, dude. 1995. Awesome. Then we have Hong Kong. This one is definitely from Hong Kong. Volume 1. Which is made in Hong Kong, Volume 1. The Demon Baby, Erotic Nightmare, and Deadly Camp. Not sure if any of these are Cat 3 films, but I love what I've seen from Hong Kong cinema so far. And then I believe this one is from maybe Hong Kong. And that is Biozombie. So, yeah, it looks like it's set in a mall or something. And it's from 1998. Looks cool as hell. I definitely want to check it out. Then we have the Devonsville Terror. I think it's Donald Pleasance in this one. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Oh yeah, nope, Donald Pleasance is in this one. I was right, damn it. So we got Donald Pleasance. Then we have Goodbye 20th Century, which I have no idea what this film is. It looks weird. Then we have, I didn't even know this was a movie, but we have Freeway 2. So after I watch Freeway 2. So after I watch Freeway, I'll be able to watch Freeway 2. This is also a 4K. Why is it backwards? Freeway 2. Oh, damn. And then we have, let's see, what else do we have here? We have Primal Rage. I have seen this one before. Is this 4K as well? Yeah, 4K as well. I think this is a Italian film. Have seen it. Pretty fun movie. Then we have Curse of the Blue Lights. This one looks kind of nuts. A little weird looking movie there. Then we have 5 Women for the Killer. Oh, there's some nudity on there. Didn't see that. We have, yeah, I think this might be Italian as well. Then we have some Spanish films here. We have Vacation of Terror 1 and 2. I did watch these. I watched the first one and the second one. 2 different movies, but they were fun. Then we have The Boogeyman, which is a 4K release. Honestly, I actually genuinely like The Boogeyman. I think it's pretty fun. 1980. Great transfer on this as well. Insane. Vinegar Syndrome's nuts. Then we have a Lamberto Bava film. This is like one of the coolest damn releases they've done. It's A Blade in the Dark. Look how this opens. Isn't that neat? I like that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. A Blade in the Dark. I don't think I've ever seen this one. I'm not. Is this? I think this might be a 4K as well, but I'm not opening it up to find out. Then we have another little box set here. We have Villages of the Damned, the 3 horrors from Spain. See, I knew there was a Spain box set. I was just early. So yeah, we have Villages of the Damned, 3 Spanish horror films. Then we have Night Screams, which this cover looks nuts. Never seen the film. Got a duck on the back. Then we have, oops, which by the way, this was a 4K as well. Vinegar Syndrome is putting out so many 4Ks, it's hard to know what's a 4K. Undefeatable, also 4K. And then, is this an, okay, this one is Psycho Girls, never seen it. And then we have Delirium, a film by Renato Policelli, which I have seen before. I remember it being pretty good. I've seen a couple of this guy's films, so that one I know is pretty decent. This one is like a joke to me, and that is Terror at 10 Killer, which is a 4K. This movie I remember watching on a horrible transfer and it being pretty bad. I think is it 1986? Yeah. But looking at the screenshots, it definitely looks like you can see a little bit more. So I'm curious to see if this movie is as bad as I remember or if it was just because of the transfer. After that, we have Gorgo, which is I believe the last Vinegar Syndrome title I have here. This is 4K as well. This, I believe, is like a Godzilla type movie. And then just a couple more things. We got some box sets. This one from Mondo Macabro. We have, or is it Mondo Macabre? Macabro, I was right. Bollywood Horror Collection. You got, I'm actually not going to say these. Oh, they have, okay. Bride of the Vampire, Vengeance of the Vampire, The Dungeon, The Monster Wakes, The Haunted Temple, and The Ghost. Of course, they all have their Indian names as well, which I'm not going to attempt to read, but Bollywood horror. I mean, I saw Mahaka, the Freddy, the Freddy ripoff, and it was fun. It was interesting, but a little too long and a little too much singing. I'm sure these are all going to have that as well. But I figured I would check it out. I think this is a cool idea because we don't really get exposed to a lot of Indian horror films. After that, we have He Came from the Swamp, the William Greffey collection. We have Sting of Death, Death Curse of Tartu, The Hook Generation, The Psychedelic Priest, The Naked Zoo, Mako Jaws of Death, which I have seen before, Whiskey Mountain, and They Came from the Swamp. Yeah, pretty cool release here. I ended up getting this for just like $20 or something like that, which was a really good deal. And then we have Poison Ivy. Oh yeah, I did another Scream Factory release, so there was another one. You got some interesting cast here. You got Drew Barrymore, Sarah Gilbert, Alyssa Milano, Jamie Presley, Marion McDonald from Degrassi fame. I think this is like just like a TNA type of series that went on here. Probably ran on like Cinemax all the time or something. I've never seen any of these, but I was curious on that box set. And then also here, last up for... Oh, actually I have one more box set after this. We had Weird Wisconsin, The Bill, a Red Band collection. And this one has Invasion something Earth... Oh, wait. The Game, Twister's Revenge, The Alpha Incident, The Demons of Ludlow, Monster Go-Go, and Invasion from Inner Earth. So, another sort of regional horror director, whatever. Pretty cool box set. This one was also $20. Good deals on those. And then, last but not least, or maybe least, we have the last titles here, and it is a box set. It is the Evil Bong Stash Box 9 Blu-ray box set from Full Moon. So it opens up like this. You have your titles there. It makes a, the spines make a bong. Eevee. Is it Eevee the bong? You have Evil Bong. Evil Bong 2 King Bong. Evil Bong 3 Wrath of Bong. Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong. Evil Bong 420. Evil Bong High Five. Evil Bong 666. And Evil Bong 777. And then Ouija's Halloween Hunt, which is not an Evil Bong film. And I think there's another... Yeah, there's a Infinity 888 or something, or Infinity 8 Evil Bong movie that just came out. But damn, this... I remember when the first one came out. And then I remember when the second one came out and the third one. And then I think I fell off after that. But I've seen the first three. It's insane they kept making them. But I guess they're hot sellers for Full Moon. But I thought this box set was pretty cool. It has a little stash section for your, whatever you might have. And, yeah, this is a pretty big box set. So, yeah, I got that for free for signing up to the Full Moon year streaming service, the Full Moon Entertainment Streaming, Full Moon Streaming, which is a streaming service that primarily has Full Moon films, but also has like Blue Underground titles and stuff like that. And if you sign up for a year, you could pick between like 4 different things. The Puppet Master box set, which I already own. The Diana Prince something sexy box set or whatever, which I don't own. And then the Evil Bong set, which is what I picked. And then, or you could pick like 10 Blu-rays from a list of Blu-rays, which I've done before, but it's a good deal. The streaming service I don't use a ton, but every once in a while it comes in handy when I need to prep for 22 shots with a movie that I don't have, and it's on there. Plus you could watch the new Full Moon titles as well, which I watched a couple of them, but there's a new Demonic Toys spinoff, I believe, with the Jack in the Box that just came out. So I haven't seen that, but maybe I'll watch that. But yeah, it's a pretty good deal because you get the streaming service for a year and then a Evil Bong box set that's massive. But yeah, with that said, guys, this one has went on quite long enough. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.